We're coming in too fast! Damn! Air brake failure! They flew too early! I'm losing her! Brace for impact!
Chief? Chief, can you hear me? At last. Are you alright?
Welcome everyone to Halo Campaign Walkthrough Series Part 3. I am the Dominator of the World and I will be taking you through Level 2 of Halo Combat Evolved. The level is appropriately named Halo since this is the very first introduction you get into your fightings in the ring world called Halo. You start off in this escape shuttle that you left off from in Halo in the first level. Everybody died, of course. Wouldn't be a game without it.
If we're lucky.
And so basically you're on your own, and you have to first go across the bridge and onto this separate part of land, because soon the Covenant is going to be swarming all over you and all over the shuttle pod. There's also going to be this Banshee coming. You're going to have to kill it with your pistol. It's the only way to kill it. You cannot hijack it since this is not Halo 2. The pistol, I recommend that you just unload on the Banshee. It's the fastest way to kill it instead of actually aiming. You might have to wait for it to go around a second time before actually killing it, like I did. But it can be done. And to help you, the pistol can zoom in. Not sure how that works, but it can, as you can see. Alright, this little pool here, I do not think it's necessary to kill it. You might not need to, because you're already on the right side you have to be in. All you have to do is turn left and then keep walking straight up the hill. But I'm gonna try to kill it just to show you what to do afterwards. This bloody grunt got me with a plasma grenade and managed to kill me, so I'm not gonna show you the fight scene. But anyways, well, some of it, the ending of it. So anyways, once you're done with that, you can just basically pick up more ammo, get more health packs, but you really don't need anything. You were prepared from the beginning. You should have gotten it at the beginning, which is why you could have just gone up the hill, because you see you just have to go back through the bridge and go back up the hill. If some of you haven't already seen the length of the video, you will not notice that it is almost 30 minutes now. Well, you probably do now because you probably looked at it since I told you. But it is 28 minutes and 57 seconds, and apparently I can upload my videos longer than 15 minutes, which is irregular for YouTubers. I'm not sure how much longer I can upload it since YouTube didn't tell me, but we'll see if they will accept this 28-minute video instead of the normal 15. If they end up taking it down, I'll just have to redo it, and I'm perfectly willing to do that. But we'll see what happens. Alright, soon up the hill you're gonna encounter another mob of Covenant. There's only gonna be one elite, so you really don't have to worry about this. The level does get progressively harder as you go on, because Bungie just assumes that you're ready to actually play the game instead of going through the small tutorial that you go through in Halo in the first level, because really there was no danger in that. There were no really serious pulls or anything. You do have to be careful with Elite. He will sneak up behind you and assassinate you if he manages to. Alright, once you're through with them, just keep going up the hill. You will find your first encounter with surviving UNSC soldiers. Those are the humans, for those of you who do not know Halo lore. Or Halo history. Well, I guess you couldn't call it history since it's basically in the future, but whatever. It is quite a long walk from the starting area to the humans. They probably could have put a bit more aliens in the Covenant there, so to keep you occupied, but it's fine, I guess. Alright, this Covenant ship has just dropped off some Covenant that you have to kill. You have to rescue this small squad of humans, and once you finish clearing the area and defending the building there, a Pelican, which is a human dropship, will come and pick them up and then give you a car, which is a warhog, which is basically a jeep. You'll see. No sneak peeks. Alright, you might, whenever you're at the building, you might die a few times if you're in heroic or legendary, because in one dropship there are 2 red elites that are very difficult to destroy.
All over this valley. We called for evac, but until you showed up, I thought we were cooked.
Look, it's a Sergeant Major Johnson. I was pretty sure I killed him in the last level.
Over here.
If this was World of Warcraft, I would say a priest resurrected him, but it is not. Alright, now you have to defend the area from new Covenant attacks. You'll see the dropships dropping in from every single area. The soldiers will say over the intercoms whenever they actually come. It's most likely they're only gonna drop grunts and jackals at first, but soon it'll start getting harder with red elites and blue elites, and a lot of them. Of course, blue elites aren't that difficult unless they're in mass. For jackals, I recommend that you just shoot them whenever their shields are not in front of them. Otherwise, you'll be wasting your ammo. It's pretty obvious. Alright, another dropship has come. And yes, you can shoot at them while they're inside the dropship, just so you know. But really, you can only kill the grunts like that because they don't have much armor or protection, or health for that matter. Alright, you need to keep moving in this part of the level because the dropships will attack you with their guns. And those guns do hurt. They will kill you if you stand still. You also have to keep moving because the Covenant infantry will also keep moving. They will flank you, they will go behind you, they'll do anything to kill you. And so you have to keep moving to prevent all of that.
Uh-oh, another bandit dropping in behind us. They're trying to flank us.
Like I said, the dropships go all over the building. It'll require a lot of walking and a lot of patience, but I'm pretty sure it's well worth the fighting. Unless you keep dying. Alright. What is there to talk about? Alright, in this next drop, after this one, I'm going to die. And that's the one with the 2 red elites. I'm gonna die multiple times, but I won't show you the multiple times, only this one time. Since I think it'd be a waste of time to show you how many times I die.
Hey, they're not so tough.
Yeah, well, you're not really shooting, Major. Alright, here's the dropship. That drops 2 red elites. Of course, there are these grunts. I suggest you take them out quickly so they can't mess with the elites. But I also suggest you don't fight on the ground, so it's basically impossible to do that. There's one red elite, and the other one is far behind it. Already, you can see my shields are down, and my health is gonna go down as well sooner or later. But I do hide behind this tree to get my shields up. And I go to find the aliens again. There's one. Alright. My shields are down, I'm on my last bar, and I die. As you can see. Alright, for my last try, I figured I should stay with the soldiers. Yeah, I should stay with the soldiers and go onto the building, since it was probably put there by Bungie for the actual purpose of getting on there and using it to destroy the Covenant. I actually have never tried doing this before in normal or easy, but you know, whenever you need to, you should. It gives you a very good altitude advantage over the Covenant, and it provides you with a lot of stone cover that the plasma cannot get through. Also, the only way the Covenant will be able to onto the building to attack you is to go up through the stairs, and you can basically kill them one at a time as they do that, which is what I'm gonna do. As you see, the grunts going first. The Covenant will follow you, and they will try to find you, so you don't have to like pull them or anything. Unless you're on easy or normal. Everything I say is going to be for heroic Halo, so keep that in mind. Alright. It doesn't really hurt to have your soldiers fighting them as well. They do some pretty good distraction as you reload and recharge your shields. Of course, they do get in the way, and I suggest you do not kill too many of your own soldiers, or the rest of the soldiers will think you've gone crazy and will kill you.
Here comes more.
Alright, I'm almost done with that pull. Also, be careful with those jackals. They tend to hold, to like do those massive plasma charges with their little plasma pistols, and those lower your shields immediately, leaving you very vulnerable. If you're in the middle of a huge fight with a ton of Covenant and they do that and they hit you, you are most likely going to die. There's really no way to prevent that except to dodge it, and you can only dodge it if you see it, so be very careful with the jackals. Alright, right here, since my pistol ran out, I'm going to get a needler. The Halo CE needler is probably the most powerful powerful needler that ever existed. In Halo 2 and Halo 3, it took you basically the entire round to make that type of explosion that the grunt just experienced. But in this Halo, it only takes maybe half at most. For elites, though, I suggest you just unload on them, because since they dodge and move, the needles can very well miss. Also, the needles are heat-seeking, so you don't have to keep any sort of aim. The only way to really dodge the needles is to use line of sight, which is basically to just hide behind something while the needles are coming at you. They can't go through wall or anything.
Roger, Echo 419. This is Fire Team Charlie. We read you. Is that you, Fohammer? Roger, Fire Team Charlie. Good to hear from you. Fohammer, we need transportation to the command shuttle. I'm on my way.
Look, more lifeboats. They're coming in fast. If those lifeboats make it down, the Covenant are going to be right on top of them.
Fohammer, we need you to disengage your Warthog. The Master Chief and I are going to see if we can save some soldiers. Roger, Cortana.
Alright, you get your first vehicle of the game. Luckily, they give you a Marine. As for me, my entire squad that I was supposed to protect ended up dying. So, it's a good thing it came with a Marine. Alright, if you're low on health by the end of this, there's that space shuttle or launch shuttle that you can go to. It usually has health packs and lots of ammo there that you need. I ended up getting lost with my Warthog at the very beginning, but you needed to go through that ravine in there that was right in front of me that I didn't go to. I thought it was some sort of cliff that would end up killing me if I fell over it, but I was mistaken and ended up wasting some time, so I just skipped through it. Alright, eventually you'll find this tunnel, this huge tunnel. It's a building inside a mountain. It's not Covenant, I guess I could tell you, which it isn't, but I don't want to make any sneak peeks. Alright, you're gonna have to drive through the passage. I end up getting lost again, just a bit. I haven't played this in a long time, so really, it's like replaying it as a new player. Alright, you're gonna have to jump over this thing, and eventually you'll go into this open space of the building right here. It's gonna be swarming with Covenant. Now for this part, I suggest, well actually for the entire game, I suggest you play with another human being, because the Bungie didn't make the computer soldiers very good at firing. Apparently they didn't teach them how to spam bullets. They also didn't teach them where to shoot, like where was the most threat coming from. As you can see, I'm almost going to die because this computer was so incompetent. And I also do not suggest that you let the computer drive at all. They might end up killing you or driving you straight into the Covenant to kill you. Luckily I don't die, but I really strongly suggest you play with another human, at least for the first Halo, because in the second Halo and third Halo, Bungie learns their lesson and basically makes the computer more smart. Alright, basically you have to go up into a control panel, which is on the second floor of this building, and you have to activate the plasma bridge so you can drive across. Alright, I'm gonna be getting out of this Warthog now because the computer is just frustrating me. He's not doing anything really. Alright, this is a passageway you have to go to. There are going to be 2 red elites here. I suggest sticking them with plasma grenades. It'll be the fastest way to kill them, and it'll cost you less life. I managed to stick one, but the second one got away from me, so I had to end up shooting it to death. Waited for my shields to recharge first. Alright, there he is at the control panel. He will see me coming, and it'll end in his death. The blinking light, just so you know, is a control panel, in case it isn't completely obvious. And you have to press X to activate it. It'll show you this little cutscene that shows the plasma bridge sliding out, which I think is pretty cool. The cutscenes, indeed, were the best part of Halo. Creepy music in the background. Alright, now you have to go back to your Warthog. I suggest you don't jump straight off the control panel, or you might end up plunging to your death or seriously injuring yourself. I'm not sure if it hangs over the gap that the bridge covers, but it's best not to find out. So once you're back in your Warthog, you have to cross a bridge, and really there's no way to fall off of it. Just drive in a straight line. You'd have to be completely idiotic or suicidal to fall off of this bridge. I mean, look how easy it is. There is absolutely no way you can fall off it. It's not like ice. It won't cause you to slide uncontrollably and basically dismantle your vehicle and everything.
A lot more crew made it off the Autumn than I had predicted. The captain really gave them hell. If we can find Captain
As you can see, I'm not the best driver.
We have a chance to coordinate an effective resistance.
So basically for the rest of the level, you're going off and searching for more human survivors, and then you're rescuing them, hopefully, and basically killing the Covenant. That last part you do the entire game, so really not news there. For this part, keep driving straight until you find blinking blue lights. Follow the river if you have to, because if you don't, you will get lost. However, whenever you get out of the building, I don't suggest you turn left and then drive, because then you'll fall off a cliff and plunge to your death. But anyways, I end up following the wrong side of the river. It takes me to the same place, but it goes a strange, different route, longer route, I think. Alright, there are the blue lights. For the lack of nav points, I guess they put the blue lights to indicate where you're supposed to go. They didn't make it completely obvious, since the blue lights are pretty small. Here you're gonna find another
There are some Marines hiding in the hills above the
structure where the humans are gonna be hidden. They're not in the structure, so don't try to go inside it, because it's full of Covenant. They will end up killing you like they do to me. And like an idiot, I thought that Grunt had thrown a plasma grenade on my Warhog, and I quickly got off. But this Jackal killed me. I paid the price. Later on, I go by the shuttle because I think the humans are there, but they are not. And I keep dying 6 times. I suggest you get back into your Warthog and drive away from there as quickly as you can, because that is a drop-off point for the Covenant. And if you are caught up in that, you will die. There is simply way too much Covenant, and even the health pack that comes with the escape pod is not enough to save you. The humans, as a matter of fact, are on this side of the map, of the place. I suggest you go to them. They will help equip your Warthog, and I suggest you get into the gunner seat of the Warthog for this part. They won't get into their driver's seat and drive you off, thankfully. Unless there's no fighting, probably. But, if you're in the gunner seat, it'll be a lot faster and more efficient to kill all these Covenant. For this level, I suggest you make up some sort of strategy for every single different part in it, because it seems that it's a lot harder than I anticipated the heroic mode to be. So, it will require a lot more effort from me to complete the game in a timely manner, I'd say. Since most of the time I'll probably end up dying. Especially once we get farther into the level. The Covenant will come to you as they did before, except at a slower rate probably. You might get impatient and drive off in your Warthog. You can do this, I suppose, once you kill enough Covenant. When you're done killing all the Covenant, then the Echo 419 will start talking to you again. That's your cue to go to the next area, just so you know.
One near a rock slide, and another near the cliff edge. Hard to see from my altitude, but it looks like there are more survivors. Acknowledged. We're on our way.
Those coordinates don't really help whenever you don't have an overall map of every single part of this level. But anyways, I suggest you man up your Warthog completely, because although the entire CPU is basically useless whenever they're in this vehicle, it's better to have everything than nothing at all. Alright, once you're done, go back to the escape pod, and there will be this tunnel to your left. Go through the tunnel, and it'll bring you back into the open space that you were in before. There are the flashing blue lights to the exit. There are another flashing blue lights, which mark the second entrance area. You don't have to kill the Covenant there. They won't follow you into the place. Just go inside.
Let's check it out.
The Covenant will also be inside the building and outside of it. There seems to be no human survivors there, as far as I could tell. Be careful while you're driving in this area, because it is on a cliff, and if you end up losing control of the Warthog and go straight to your right, you will fall to your death, as I've been saying the entire level. It seems that Bungie wanted that the cliffs instead of the Covenant kill you most of the time in this level, but that's fine by me. It takes clumsiness to fall off the cliff. And curiosity, I'd say, if it's your first time. Alright, right here, I was trying to get camp on the hill. I was trying to do what I did in the last round, but unfortunately, the Covenant weren't coming at the rate I wanted them to. They were sticking to the building. Not all of them will come at you in this area. So you have to go to them. It's only natural.
Give me an angle.
Of course, the Marines don't do very good at shooting, so I end up taking the gunner seat again. I killed some Covenant with this. It's a good... You can do this too.
Good one.
You won't kill all of them, of course, at this angle and in this area, but you will kill quite a handful.
Over there.
It's enough so you can walk into the building and kill the rest without having any real danger.
Oh crap. Dummy.
The Jackals, you don't really have to worry about their shields while you're in the gunner seat of a Warthog, because the bullets are going at a fast enough and hard enough rate to destroy them. Alright, once I finished with that, I go inside, and I have to go to the center building, because that's where the rest of the Covenant are. Of course, I think I can try to take them from the bottom here. But of course the needles won't go into their bodies. It instead hits the building. As you can see, the very big scorch marks on the building. So you're gonna have to end up going onto the building. There are still some Covenant walking around. Most of them are grunts. Remember, watch out for the plasma grenades. It will kill you. As you can see, that plasma grenade almost killed me because I walked right into it. You have to be very careful with those. Now I'm down to 1 bar of health, and I'm going to go up the building. Now there is considerable danger considering I'm almost dead already. If I still had full health, then I wouldn't worry about this, but we'll see how it goes with only 1 bar. Alright, there's a red elite here. I killed him easily enough with a needler, and now there's a blue elite. He also has a needler, so it's a duel of the needles. He keeps running and dodging like I do, so we both keep missing each other. And we also can't melee each other. But I do end up killing him because I switch from the Covenant weapon to the weapon made of humans. Rawr. He's dead. That's how humans do it. Of course, right after that, I'm gonna switch back to the Covenant weapon. On my radar, it says there are some more enemies. They're the red dots, as you can see, the far bottom left corner. But I can't find them. I do find this red elite, and I managed to take him by surprise. He apparently doesn't realize he has to dodge those needles before they get too close to him. Otherwise, we're gonna heat seek him and kill him. There are gonna be a couple more grunts, and there might be 1 more drop off, I think, of Covenant from a ship. There are also gonna be this pack of Jackals. Just throw a grenade at them. They end up all dying if you do it at that right exact point. Ladies and gentlemen, my name has been the Dominator of the World, and I'll see you in part 4. Grab the health packs, help the humans, and destroy the Covenant. I will see you guys later.